This single mother worked 3 jobs to pay for her daughter's college. Every night she came home exhausted, her hands cracked from cleaning offices. "Mom, I need money for textbooks." The mother handed over her last $200. "This is all I have." "It's not enough. Sarah's mom bought her a laptop. You're useless." The daughter stormed out. The mother cried alone. The next day, shocking news arrived. The daughter had quit college and moved in with her wealthy boyfriend. She posted photos of expensive dinners and designer clothes on social media. "After everything I sacrificed," the mother whispered, heartbroken. Neighbors gossiped. That ungrateful girl abandoned her mother for money. But 6 months later, the boyfriend's business collapsed. He kicked the daughter out, penniless. She returned home, expecting rejection. Instead, her mother opened the door with tears of joy. "I never left for him," the daughter confessed. "I discovered he was your boss who fired you unfairly. I got close to him, documented his illegal activities, and reported him to authorities. The lawsuit money? It's all yours, Mom." The mother stared in disbelief at the check for $500,000. "I'm sorry I hurt you." Comment yes if family loyalty conquers all.
Imagine you're excited to share your big news, but someone else beats you to it. That's exactly what happened to this woman. She was supposed to be the first to tell her family, but before she could, his sister stole the moment. A woman and her husband sit together, looking excitedly at a positive pregnancy test. After finding out they were expecting twins, they were overjoyed. They told her husband's family, but asked them to wait before sharing. They wanted her family in Brazil to hear the news first. But then, her husband's sister couldn't wait. She posted everything on social media for the world to see. Suddenly, people they barely knew were congratulating them, while her own family still didn't know. When her husband confronted his sister, she said, "It's not like her family is on my Facebook." They fought, and his sister cried. She deleted the post, but the damage was done. The husband then gets a message. "Why did you make your sister take her post down?" Now she's making him look like the bad guy. But then, a surprise notification pops up on the woman's phone. Her mom posted on Instagram, announcing the pregnancy to her entire family back in Brazil. Sometimes, no matter how carefully you plan, things will unfold in their own way.
This woman walked into the same grocery store every day and filled her cart with expensive items. But when she got to the checkout, she would argue loudly with the cashier. "I'm not paying full price. This is too much." Other customers stared and whispered, "What a troublemaker." The cashier always looked embarrassed and would reduce the prices dramatically. The woman would pay very little and leave with bags full of groceries. Day after day, the same scene. People called her the crazy coupon lady. One day, a customer followed her outside. The woman drove to a rundown apartment building and started knocking on doors. She handed bags of groceries to elderly people, single mothers, and families who looked like they hadn't eaten in days. The customer was confused. She went back to ask the cashier what was really happening. "That woman is my aunt. She owns this store. Every day she pretends to argue with me so other customers think she's getting a discount. She doesn't want people to know she's giving away free food to those who need it. She's been feeding half the neighborhood for 2 years. She acts like the difficult customer so no one feels like they're taking charity." The customer stood there in shock. "Drop a heart if you agree."
"They are fooling me." A young woman came home after work. She lived with her husband and her father, who had recently fallen ill. Her husband had promised to take care of him. One day, she saw her husband and his brother acting kind, smiling, helping, offering food. She felt relieved. How wonderful that they care for my dad. But the moment she left, the smiles vanished. "You're a burden," they said. They mocked him, refused to help him stand, treated him like he was nothing. That night, she heard her father crying. She ran out. "Dad, what's wrong?" He looked at her, afraid. "Nothing, my dear. I'm okay," he whispered. The next morning, as she left for work, he handed her a sandwich and a small note. She opened it. Her hands trembled. "My daughter. They hurt me. They ignore me, mock me. You're the only one who makes me feel human. Please, help me." She turned back, burst through the door, and saw her husband shoving her father's chair. "How dare you? He is my father." Her voice shook with rage. She took his hand. "You're coming with me." Then she made a vow. "You'll never be alone again."
I was walking past the clinic when I heard screaming from inside. A woman ran out crying. Her arm was bleeding. Behind her, more people stumbled out. Some were limping. Others had bandages everywhere. "What is this doctor doing? This looks like a torture chamber." I decided to watch from across the street. More people kept coming. They looked scared going in. They came out hurt and in pain. Some were crying. Others could barely walk. I couldn't stand it anymore. I called the police. "There's a crazy doctor hurting patients." When the officers arrived, I pointed at the clinic. "Look, he's torturing people in there." The police officer looked confused. "Sir, do you know what kind of clinic this is?" I shook my head. "This is a free surgery clinic," he explained. "That doctor performs operations for people who can't afford them anywhere else. Cancer removals, heart surgery, life-saving procedures." My heart stopped. Those people you saw? They were walking out after getting surgeries that would cost them $50,000 anywhere else. He does it for free. I looked back at the clinic. The woman with the bleeding arm walked by me. She was smiling now, hugging a little girl. Mommy's tumor is gone. I started crying. The doctor wasn't harming people. He was saving their lives. This man is ignoring a poor girl. I was walking past an office when I saw a disabled woman in a wheelchair. Her young daughter was cleaning the sidewalk nearby. Suddenly, money fell from a man's pocket. The little girl ran after him. "Sir, you dropped this." But the man just stared at her. He didn't take the money. He looked angry. People started watching. Why won't he help her? I thought. The girl looked confused and scared. Then the man's eyes moved to something else. The old woman's neck. There was a locket there. The man started shaking. His face went white. He walked closer to the wheelchair. I was so confused. Then he whispered something. The woman looked up at him, her eyes filled with tears. "Sister, is it really you?" The man started crying. "I've been looking for you for 20 years. I thought you were dead." The woman touched his face. "Brother, I waited for you. I kept our mother's locket hoping you'd find me." If you believe in family, drop a heart and subscribe. I was walking to the mall when I saw a fancy lady yelling at the janitor. "You got dirt on my new shoes. Do you know how much these cost? More than you make in a month." The poor janitor looked down. "I'm sorry, ma'am. I was just cleaning the floor." The lady wouldn't stop. "People like you should watch where you're going. You're just a janitor." Everyone in the mall just watched. No one said anything. Then a little girl walked up. "Excuse me, lady. My daddy is a janitor too. He works hard every day to pay for my school." "So what? He's still just a janitor." The little girl smiled. "My daddy says all jobs matter. He says janitors keep buildings clean so people don't get sick. He says doctors need janitors, and teachers need janitors, and even fancy ladies need janitors." The lady's face turned red. She didn't know what to say. Then the mall manager came over. "Ma'am, this man is one of our best workers. And guess what? He owns part of this mall. He saves his money and invests it wisely." The janitor smiled. "I may clean floors, but I own the floor you're standing on. Every person deserves respect no matter what they do or how much money they have. Drop a heart if you agree." I saw a man driving a fancy car. He had a big house with a pool. He could buy anything he wanted, but his face looked sad. He never smiled. One day, I was at the park. The rich man was sitting alone on a bench. A little boy ran by, laughing and playing with a simple paper airplane. "Why are you so happy? You don't have nice toys." The boy smiled. "I made this airplane myself, and I'm playing with my dad." He pointed to a man in worn clothes watching proudly. "But you don't have much money. We have each other," the boy said. "Dad says that's worth more than money." The rich man watched the boy run back to his father. They hugged and laughed together. That night, the rich man looked at all his expensive things. His big empty house. No one to share it with. No one who loved him. The next day, I saw the rich man at the same park. He was teaching kids how to make paper airplanes. He was smiling for the first time. I spent my life chasing money, but I forgot about what really matters. Connection, love, and joy. Now he uses his money to help others. If you believe that love is more valuable than money, drop a heart and subscribe. I saw him at the fancy charity dinner. While other rich people wrote big checks, he just sat there. When they asked for donations, he didn't give a single dollar. Everyone whispered about him. After dinner, I followed him. He walked past the grand hotels to a poor neighborhood. There, he knocked on a small apartment door. A tired woman opened it. "Did you find work today?" he asked softly. "No, sir. Still looking," she answered. He handed her an envelope. "This will cover your rent and food for the month, and I found a job interview for you next week." The woman cried with joy. He then visited 5 more homes that night. Each time, he gave money, job connections, or help with problems. Later, I asked him, "Why didn't you donate at the dinner? Why do this instead?" He smiled. "Those charity events help, but the money passes through many hands first. I prefer to see exactly where my help goes. I don't want to just give money. I want to give hope, opportunity, and dignity. It's about truly seeing people and their needs. If you believe the best help comes from the heart, drop a heart and subscribe."